Samsung seeks to roll out the Trifold phone by the end of the year. Samsung Electronics intends to bring out a Trifold smartphone by the end of this year, the company's smartphone business chief said Wednesday, local time, stressing the tech giant plans to launch multiple device form factors down the road to boost users' artificial intelligence experience. As we dive deeper into AI, the role of smartphones is becoming more important, said TM Roh Tae-moon, acting head of Samsung Electronics Device Experience Division. Through hardware innovation optimized for AI services, we will fundamentally change the user experience. The smartphone is no longer just a tool. It is becoming an AI partner that sees, understands, and responds to what users are seeing in real time. Samsung is working on more innovative form factors to lead the AI era. The most probable form factor to emerge next is a Trifold smartphone. During the last Unpack event in January, the business hinted at a future product road plan that included a Trifold model. Amid rumors that the phone will be called the Galaxy G Fold, TM Roh said, "I expect we will be able to launch the Trifold phone within this year. We are working hard on a Trifold smartphone with the goal of launching it at the end of this year," TM Roh said. "We are now focusing on perfecting the product and its usability, but we have not decided its name. As the product nears completion, we are planning to make a final decision soon." He noted that when the company first introduced foldable phones in 2019, the smartphone industry was skeptical, but they have now become a major segment. He stressed the need for more companies to enter the foldables market, saying that increased competition will spur innovation and ultimately benefit both the industry and consumers. Next, Samsung Galaxy G Fold rumors. What we know about Samsung's triple folding phone. Rumors regarding the Samsung Galaxy G Fold have yet to unveil the foldable phone in full. But it seems probable that 2025 will be the year we see Samsung introduce its first triple folding phone. Unfortunately, Samsung won't be the first to sell such a handset, as the Huawei Mate X-T Ultimate design got the accolade in 2024. But with Huawei restricted by its lack of Google applications and limited release territories, Samsung might effectively deliver the first triple foldable that most would-be consumers throughout the globe would contemplate purchasing. Usually, we see Samsung's new foldables arrive every summer, so we may conceivably see the G Fold, or whatever it ends up being named, in just a few months. With that in mind, we're compiling up everything the rumors we've heard so far regarding this triple folding phone. So go on to find out more about the cutting-edge Galaxy G Fold. There are Samsung patents going back at least as far as 2023 for triple folding phones, but patents don't often convert to real products. Fortunately, debate about the Galaxy G Fold doesn't stop with patents. While we believe we would see the Samsung triple foldable initially arrive in 2024, spoiler, we did not. The rumor mill now suggests that the phone will be arriving in 2025, with that projection coming from various sources. It's only been in the last year that we've heard that the smartphone may be branded Galaxy G Fold, rather than the Galaxy Z moniker that pertains to Samsung's existing folding phones, showing work is being made in marketing the phone as well as the underlying technology. We have no notion what the price of the G Fold may be, however we'd assume a price in excess of $2,500 when accounting for the price of the $1,999 Z Fold 7, and then adding on additional. The Huawei Mate X-T cost the equivalent of $2,800, so it's likely Samsung might charge much more. As for where you may get this phone, there's terrible news from the tipsters. The Galaxy G Fold might perhaps only be accessible in Korea and China, and even then just a tiny quantity will be created. This might make the G Fold exceedingly tough to get a hold of in the US, UK, or Australia, perhaps forcing users there to wait for a second-gen device that would ideally have a broader, more numerous release. A recent rumor has claimed that we might actually see the G Fold released before the end of the year. However, it looks that the phone won't really be available until October or September, which might suggest a delayed pre-order date. Specs. There's a huge vacuum in our information when it comes to the exact technical specifications of the Galaxy G Fold, but there are still a few morsels to go off of. Firstly, the G Fold will supposedly be an inward-folding gadget, which means there should still be a separate cover screen on the opposite side of the device to the primary flexible display. An outward-folding device, like as the Huawei Mate X-T, doesn't have a distinct cover screen, but rather utilizes part of the folding display as the front screen when folded. As for dimensions, the G Fold might measure roughly 10 inches completely open, with a cover screen of 6.49 inches. That's on pace with Huawei's phone, and would fit with the benchmark established by the 6.5-inch outer display and 8.0-inch inner display sizes of the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Unknowingly, both of these panels on the Galaxy G Fold may lack pen capability owing to Samsung not adding the essential digitizer layer in the display. It's a surprising choice when you consider Z Fold models have not supported S Pens for years. But as a first-gen gadget, maybe the firm wants to get the fundamentals of the G Fold perfect before adding further difficulties and expenditures. Camera specifics are now a mystery. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 comes with a 200MP primary camera, 12MP ultra-wide camera, and 10MP 3x telephoto camera on the back, and then a 10MP front camera in a punch-hole notch on the cover display, which is a downgrade from the 12MP of the Z Fold 6. It's comparable with the processor and storage specifications. There's nothing to go off of from the rumor mill, but it's probable Samsung will employ a Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, as we saw on the Galaxy S25 series earlier in 2025, and 12 gigs RAM, and at least 256 gigs of storage. Battery capacity is challenging to determine considering the odd form factor we're talking about. The Mate X-T's battery is 5,600 mAh, while the Z Fold 7 has a 4272 mAh capacity, so with an additional panel of space to squeeze a battery in, ideally Samsung can cram in a few more milliamp hours to counteract the higher power drain of the bigger display. Charging is presumably a known spec, however, with the G Fold purportedly employing 25-watt charging like Samsung's previous foldables. It would be amazing if Samsung opted with their quicker 45-watt charging option instead, however. In conclusion, triple foldables are still a new form of smartphone, as we witnessed at MWC 2025 earlier this year. But Samsung was at the head of the initial foldable phone wave, and it appears like the business will be a dominating force again as we transition from one-hinged phones to two-hinged ones. We'd want to know more about this Galaxy G Fold smartphone in advance of its reported introduction this year, and maybe the Samsung tipsters out there will oblige when they can. But for now, we're kind of just glad knowing that Samsung is working on this type of phone. There's no pressure for the business to deliver this phone, so if Samsung can introduce a handset that's polished and bug-free out of the gate like Huawei, and unlike its initial Galaxy Fold, then we're willing to wait a little longer. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more tech news. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.